So you came across Avalon Park in East Orlando and you're thinking about moving to this amazing master plan community. Well, in this video, we're gonna shoot you straight and tell you the truth. We're gonna give you the pluses and the minuses, the pros and cons of the area so you can make a decision, because it might be a great place for you and your family, or it might not. So let's get into the video. So one big pro about living here in Avalon that you might have noticed when looking at the map or maybe even taking a look at photos is everything is close by. We have a Publix in the neighborhood. We also have a Walmart, a neighborhood Walmart. So shopping for food is very simple. You also have restaurants and bars located in the central location, which is great. I mean, you could probably go out, have a drink with some friends, and then just walk home if you have to. You can leave your car parked in the center of Avalon Park.
Walk it off.
So that's definitely a pro for me. I think that's phenomenal to be at least maybe like around a mile or two from Avalon is something that is pretty cool, because you could just go for a stroll. Let's say there's an event, you just walk down there and then you could walk back.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
I think that's very convenient in most cases. Let's say you want to go, instead of taking the car, you just want to go for a stroll and get some milk. You could do that. It's located close. Or you can jump on an electric scooter or skateboard and go straight to Publix and pick something up, or go pick up some takeout in the downtown area. So those are some of the cool reasons why I think having a small community is definitely beneficial. So let's talk about the bad reasons why having a small community might not be beneficial. This is definitely a con, because everything seems far. And so with that being said, the problem with that is you're gonna think, since you're used to having everything so close, even if something's 30 minutes away, which is normal commute here in Orlando, 30 to 45 minutes away, that's not far, that's pretty normal. You're gonna think even those things are far, because we're spoiled here in East Orlando.
Where's my golden ticket? I want my golden ticket!
We have a golf course in Stony Brook, which is another neighborhood close to us. We have a shopping center called Waterford Lakes Shopping Center. We have also restaurants in the downtown area of Avalon, which is absolutely phenomenal. A whole bunch of businesses. So it's almost like a little town within the city of Orlando. And so this is why I think being spoiled with having things so far away, or thinking that things are so far away, is definitely a con. Great pro. I love this part about living here. It's the events for the community. One of the ones that you'll notice every single month is gonna be the food trucks. Me and my wife love it, and so does the kiddo. I'll get a, barbecue, and the wife will get ice cream, So like, we're able to decide what we wanna eat, and we don't have to like have that discussion, what do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want? I don't know. What do you want to eat? Just tell me what you want to eat. You know what I mean?
What do you want to eat, huh?
So we don't have to go through that. We just go to the food trucks once a month and enjoy it. It's every Sunday. I think it's the third Sunday of the month. I'll go ahead and put the information on the screen. That way you know when it is, but it's very consistent unless there's like weather. But that's just one event. They also do holiday events like Avalon Aglow. The other day they did an event called Christmas in July. And so the benefit of that was to promote the businesses that are within the area, and you go from business to business and they give you a little bit of wine. It's kind of almost like a wine walk or like a bar crawl, something similar to that. And so you get to know the businesses that you don't even realize sometimes are there, because you're always busy with life, or you're used to going to the same places. So I think that's the cool thing about Avalon's events, is they're always out to promote the businesses when they can. One huge con that I've noticed with Avalon Park is, and specifically this side of town, is you have to take toll roads to be able to get to any other place in town. Now, you don't have to, but if you want to get there a little bit faster, you're probably going to do it more often than not. So you decide to live on this side of town, there's only 3 main toll roads that you're going to take. One is going to be the 408. That one connects to the 417, and then you have the 528. That one as well connects to the 417. And then the 417 obviously connects to I-4, and so does the 408 and the 528 as well. So they're all going to be separate paths that you'll take depending on where you decide to go in Orlando. For instance, if if I were to travel in Orlando to Disney, there's an option of me to take the 528 to I-4, but I know I'll catch traffic on I-4 in that area where there's Universal, SeaWorld, and Disney. So if I want to avoid that traffic, I'll take a little bit of a longer way and it'll cost me a little bit more money, but I'll definitely take 417 because then I'll get directed to Disney right there off of I-4 and I don't have to worry about the traffic as much. So I think toll roads can be beneficial, but definitely start saving money or planning on having at least another $100 payment a month depending on where you're going in Orlando. All right, so we spoke about the events for the community. It is great, but there are some cons to that, and I'm gonna explain. One thing that I noticed about the events for Avalon Park is that everybody comes to them in East Orlando. So that's kind of cool because yeah, it's not just Avalon Park. You also have these other neighborhoods like Stony Brook, Waterford Lakes, and those areas in Eastwood. They're all gonna come to these events.
Look at all these people, man.
The downside to that is if you are driving in or if you plan to drive because maybe it's too hot out or whatever the case may be, you're gonna be stuck in traffic when the event ends. And on 4th of July, it is horrible. I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty bad, the traffic. So if you do decide to come to the 4th of July event, my advice, if you do live in Avalon, is try to walk or scooter or something else to get there, or park strategically, not where everybody else parks, so you have a way to get out of there, because Avalon events, especially 4th of July, it gets packed. Same thing with Avalon Aglow. So just be prepared for like the traffic, and also they do close down some of the main roads in Avalon. And so at the end of the day, you're gonna wanna make sure that those roads that you don't have to go through Avalon to get to wherever you decide to go, because you can avoid that in many cases. You cut through Waterford Lakes, or you could take Colonial. It might be a little longer, but I promise you, you'll save yourself the headache of the one-way traffic or the traffic that they shut down to get you through Avalon. So just something to consider when you're moving here to Avalon Park. So a great pro of living here in Avalon, I have to say, is that you're away from all the noise. You're all the way in the east corner of Central Florida, or east corner of Orlando, and so you don't have to worry about all that attraction noise or the traffic or congestion of the theme parks. And so I think that is probably one of the biggest benefits of living on this side of town. It's very peaceful, it's nice. It's not fully built out like most communities that are central as well. So you have the best of both worlds. I mean, if you go one town over, you'll be in Christmas Bithlo area. That is still pretty rural. So I think that's a very great benefit, because it's not going to be as congested, at least at the time of recording this video. So I think that's definitely a pro, is living with peace and tranquility and the quietness. And sometimes you might get lucky and get a preservation in the backyard on the house that you decide to purchase, so you won't have any rear neighbors. And I think that's one thing I love about Avalon, is personally we have a home here, and in front of us, we have nobody that lives in front of us. So I think that's pretty cool and gives you a little bit more privacy than most. All right, so one thing to consider when moving to Avalon is definitely gonna be the houses. And so if you decide to move here, there are all different kinds of houses at all different kinds of price points. But one thing to consider is not all the houses here in Avalon have a lot of yard. Now, this could be a benefit to some people, but I know some people like a big, huge yard, you know, maybe half an acre or more. Here, you're not gonna really see that too often. They're gonna be pretty small, the yards. I mean, there are some houses towards the back of Avalon and other places that do have larger yards, but you're not gonna see like an acre or 2 acres. So that's something else to consider if you want to move here, because maybe you want a huge yard, you know. And that's why I think sometimes it's very important for you to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, because we can help you with these kind of questions that you may have. Let's say, for instance, you're looking at a specific price point. I could tell you, hey, yeah, this is exactly what you want and what you could get here in East Orlando, or this is what you can't get here in East Orlando. So you have to call us, you have to shoot us a text, send us an email, days, nights, and weekends. We're here for you whenever you need anything here in Avalon. I'm gonna go ahead and leave my number right here That way you know how to get a hold of us and when you're ready. That way we can help you decide if East Orlando is a choice for you or not. All right, so a really cool thing I love about Avalon is that the locals support the businesses here. I mean, I tell you that we're spoiled. We have everything here. We have sushi, we have Majana, an amazing, probably the #1 Mediterranean place here in Orlando. Actually, I just came from there and had a Majana platter. Absolutely amazing. You guys got to stop in if you come by, and if you want, I can definitely invite you to a meal there because I love it and the owner loves it as well. Also, there's an amazing place in Avalon called Nuno's Cafe. They sell these amazing basically sweet Nutella, French toast, stabbed bananas, and chocolate and strawberries. Amazing breakfast spot if you have a sweet tooth. Definitely recommend going there as well. And then you have other places as well throughout the Avalon Park area, like Eastside Bistro, which they have basically beer, and also chicken wings are my favorite there. Me and my brother-in-law order them all the time and tear them up. And so the reason why I know about all these local businesses is because I had always tried them.
Well, duh.
My office is actually pretty close to them. And so I've been able to develop a relationship with these owners only because I support them and because I'm a local here and they see me all the time with my family going in and out there. So I think that is probably one of the key things about living here is that you will start to see these people over and over again to the point where they know your name. So it's way more intimate than going to, I don't know, let's just say any other breakfast spot or Mediterranean spot. These guys care for how they service you and how they take care of you. And I think that's a huge benefit is the locals supporting the businesses and the businesses supporting the locals. That's why I love it here. And I think that Avalon Park, this is definitely a pro, is the locals support the business and vice versa. Probably if you're not from Florida or you're from upstate New York or the Midwest or anywhere where there isn't any beaches, one benefit about living in Avalon Park is you're only 30 to 45 minutes away from Cocoa Beach. So you can enjoy the beach in not that much time, just driving straight there. It takes about 30 minutes straight down Colonial. And then you'll head towards Cocoa or maybe even Playa Linda or somewhere on the Space Coast to enjoy the beautiful weather and the beaches. And so at the end of the day, you're close to that oasis and you're not that far away. So it's kind of beneficial in a way because whenever you want, you can just pack up your stuff and just go to the beach for a day and enjoy it. And we love to do that every weekend. We try to go, at least once or twice a month, and that way we can, create memories with our family. So that's one of the main reasons why I think it's definitely a pro of living close here to Avalon Park is living close to the beach. The other benefit a lot of people don't talk about is there's 4 companies that are out there that are absolutely amazing in the Space Coast, which is 45 minutes away. And so you can get the best of both worlds living here in Orlando and also having a great career out in the Space Coast. And that's Boeing, that's NASA, you have SpaceX, that's Elon Musk's SpaceX, you have Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, Blue Origin, and then now they're building an Amazon center in Titusville as well, which is very close to Cocoa Beach in those areas. And they're only about 30, 45 minutes away. So, Titusville is actually a lot closer than that. So at the end of the day, you're gonna have a lot of, jobs and a lot of job opportunities. So if you are looking for if you're thinking about moving to Avalon because it's close to both worlds of Orlando and you get to enjoy the attractions and the things Orlando has to offer, but you work on the Space Coast, Avalon Park is a great area for that. And then also because of the beaches are close by as well, and that's why I put it as one of the pros here in Avalon. And finally, our last one, and yes, I ended it with a con and I didn't realize it until now, so we'll say something happy at the end. But anyways, the last one is there's 3 entrances to Avalon Park. You could take Colonial or 50, State Road 50. You could cut through a neighborhood called Waterford Lakes, or you can go through Alafaya. Here's the con. If any of those roads are closed off, you have to go all the way around. So that's definitely, probably not a great benefit. Let's say if there's an accident on Colonial and you're trying to get home, you're gonna have to turn around and cut through Waterford to get to Avalon. So just something to consider. It doesn't happen all the time, but it's something to think about when moving here, because I mean, there are 3 ways out and they flow pretty well on a normal basis. But if there is an accident, you know, there are chances that we will get some congestion, and obviously Florida Highway Patrol, they kind of manage those things on this side of town. And so if they do, they work pretty diligently to get things moving again. So just something to consider when moving here to Avalon. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button, subscribe. Don't forget to reach out to us. We're here to help you with moving here to Orlando or to Avalon Park, whichever suits you best. We can help you. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you with the questions you have, with anything you need to know. Go ahead and drop it in the comments if you do have questions. That's what we're here for. And if you guys are close, let's say a year, 2 years, 6 months, 3 months, a day, maybe in the next hour you plan to move to Orlando, feel free to reach out to us. That's what we're here for. And I'll leave my number right here on the screen. Take care, guys, and have a great day.